Hello, race fans, and welcome back to the More Freedom series. Today we have traveled to the Charlotte Motor Speedway for the Charlotte 150. This is going to be race number 3 in the More Freedom series, season 6. And after last week's race at Atlanta, excuse me, we have a new leader in the points. So let's go through the current top 10. Your points leader is the 67 of the mini checks. Second's going to be the 61 of Chevy. Third will be the 11 of TC Roberts. Fourth will be the 3 of Geek Girl Games. Fifth, tied for fifth, will be the 95 of Zed Brenna and the 72 of Duchess. Tied for seventh will be the 29 of Wishbone Attack and the 00 of Mudbone. And tied for ninth will be the 122 of Adam Victor and the 51 of AJM. So that's a look at your current points. Let's check in on those team and chassis standings. MBR has a narrow 1-point lead over the Drop Bear Racing team. Third will be TPRG, the Premium Racing Group. And tied for fourth will be DM Motorworks and G3 Motorworks. Chassis standings are Dodge, Toyota, and Chevy. So let's look at all things points here for this Charlotte 150 here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. It's going to be a high-speed affair here today, folks. We are hitting speeds of 195 miles an hour in practice. 196 now. TC Roberts with that lap here in practice. They're getting these cars dialed in, and I think it's about time. So let's go racing. As I get these cars fired up, let's go through your starting top 10 today for the Charlotte 150 here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Starting on the pole, the rookie, the 44 of Little Votto. And on his outside will be the 999 of Deviant. Starting third will be an all MBR row. We got the 51 of AJM, and on his outside, the 25 of JTM. Starting fifth will be the 356 of Ice Cream Some Days. And on her outside, another rookie, the 50 of Canny May. Starting seventh will be the points leader, the 67, the mini checks, and on their outside will be the 471 of Kung Fu Beer. Starting ninth will be the 8 of Moon Bunny, and rounding out your top 10 will be the 77 of Zip. So we got a good-looking field here today for this Charlotte 150. The little Votto is bringing us down to the green flag here today. We're going to see what he has what he can do here today. If he can get that hammer down in that beautiful Thunderbird livery right there for the Amish Buggy Racing. He's got the wily veteran, the 999 of Deviant, on his outside here. As we're about to see the beautiful orange and black Dodge Challenger pace car duck in. We're waiting on the starter right now. The crowd is going wild. They're on their feet. The green flag is out, and we are underway here for the Charlotte 150. They got these cars wound up right now down into turn number 3. Lil Votto out to the front of the field right now. Got a good lead over the 51 of AJM and the 356 of Ice Cream Some Days. Here comes the other rookie, the 67 of the mini checks. Again, not sure who is pushing the pedal and who is steering the wheel here this week for the mini checks. But they are running the low line right now as it is double file, as the 44 of the Little Votto is making his way out to the front of this field, or out to a huge lead right now. Speaking of lead, let's bring up that timing and scoring. As always, your top 10 will be on the left. Favorite driver scrolling across, as it looks like the 51 of AJM finally able to make it around the 999 of Deviant. Battle for the fourth position right now between the 356 of Ice Cream Some Days and the 25 of JTM down the backstretch. Looks like the 999 of Deviant putting pressure on the 51 of AJM here for second, as JTM works to the bottom of the track. Slams the door right there on the 356 of Ice Cream Some Days. He looks like he's trying to help his teammate a little bit here. Maybe a little bit of draft on the 51. Taking advantage of that will be the 356. She is to the back bumper right now of the 999 of Deviant. So Deviant trying to work his way into the second position, as it is currently a runaway with the 44 of Little Vato on the front of the field. But we see the 51 of AJM now able to work down to the bottom of the track. He's going to try to... They're going to have to work together here to catch up to the 44 if they can, get a little bit of draft to help with each other, work up to the front of this field, as we see the 356 still battling with the 25, as the 67, the mini checks, also battling here with the 25. Bird's eye view from the chopper as we see the 61 going around the 25 now. So second place in points, the 61 of Chevy in his Dodge. The Premium Racing Group, the Pabst Blue Ribbon, Lucky Strikes Dodge for the Premium Racing Group right here, as JTM still working to the outside under green here on lap number 6 or 7. Lap number 6 it is, as we see JTM starting to fall back. He's got to contend with the 8 of Moon Bunny, as they are now shaking it up here at the front of the field, as the 51 of AJM works himself into the back into the second position. We're going to see if Ice Cream can get around the 999 and possibly teammate right there. The 67 of the mini checks battling with their wily veteran teammate, the 999 of Deviant, as we see JTM now working to the back bumper. The 8 of Moon Bunny, he's down to the bottom of the track, so Moon Bunny working underneath the 999 here. So Deviant falling back in position to the 8 of Moon Bunny. I think that high line, almost got 3. We almost had a touch right there. Almost had a touch between the 25 and the 61. That could have been disastrous here at the front of the field between those two drivers. So lucky break right there for the Lucky Strike car, the 61 of Chevy, as Deviant finally gets down to the bottom of the track. He's now going to contend with the 28 of E-Doggy, again for the Premium Racing Group, TPRG. Good job last week, scoring 35 points, as we got a battle up here now with... I thought the mini checks were going to work down to the bottom of the work underneath the 356, as AGM is finally starting to make inroads into the lead by the 44 of Little Vato out here in the front of the field. So he has led from the green flag all 9 laps now, I think. Waiting for that timing and scoring to update. So I think he's led all 8 laps here today, as Ice Cream is trying to make a run here on the 51 of AJM. So AJM might fall back a position here to Ice Cream some days for G3 Motorsports. Publix, she's got some new sponsors on there. She's got the 9 Life. She's got the Publix. She's got the Arizona Iced Tea. And she has the Truly back there. As now the 8 of Moon Bunny for G3 Motorsports working to the inside of the 51 of AJM, as Chevy now working underneath, trying to work under AJM here to maybe get some help by AJM's teammate, 25 of JTM. The mini checks working down to the inside. They had a good run right there. High line, low line. They are now working underneath the 51 of AJM, as we see Ice Cream is trying to catch up to Lil Vato here, as he has led from the drop of the green flag. Fastest lap of the day right now is by the 67, the mini checks. They've ran a 194.882 mile per hour lap. I don't know what that is in kilometers, so they're just going to have to deal with it. As we see teammate on teammate battle right here between the 51 and the 25 up here at the front of the field. Let's jump back through this field a little bit. We've been focusing up here. We see the 96 of Nico battling with the 42 of Mel Say What. Here comes the 77, the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile. Zip working down here under the bottom. He started 10th position. He is currently running in the 13th, so lost a couple spots there at the beginning of the race, as Harvey's now working down to the inside, or trying to work down to the end. He's working underneath the 420 of Queen of Hearts there in the cheer line. Dodge for RP Racing. RP Racing, only team that has not scored team points so far this season, as Garrett Miller working to the back bumper of the 33 of Harvey Jones here. Garrett's still running for Amish Buggy Racing. Currently, see where he is in the points. He's had some good runs in the last few years, and then just his car just absolutely destroyed for just no particular reason. Currently 33rd in the points. And I mean, you could guess that the known wrecker, the 42 of Fullerthanu, running last in the points as we see Garrett working around there. And we'll jump back up here to the front of this field as there's a look at the beautiful orange and black Dodge Challenger pace car as we are trying to catch up to second position. The 356 of Ice Cream Someday. She currently runs 0.4 of a second back from the 44, the Little Vato, for Amish Buggy Racing in, again, that beautiful Thunderbird livery right there. As you can see, like the Thunderbird on the hood of his car. Kind of leading the way around the track is that Thunderbird, and he kind of a comparable livery to the 49 of Jetman. I mean, still Thunderbirds, a little bit different, but same sponsor there for the U.S. Air Force. As Ice Cream still able to stay in the second position. She is now basically she's cut the lead in half. We're going to see what it is at the line right here. Last lap it was 0.208 seconds. We're going to check it here as soon as timing and scoring updates. Might have been the same distance. But Ice Cream is looking for, I mean, I think she is 0.145 was the last update on that. So she's looking to move up in the career standings here. Obviously in the More Freedom standings, but also trying to move up in the career standings is that 356 of Ice Cream some days. She's very close to taking over the top spot from the 25 of JTM, which is a crazy feat considering I think JTM has 13 wins. Ice Cream's very close to that. I think she might have 10 or 11, maybe 12. Working lap number 18 here. Looks like it is pit stop time as the 51 of AJM will take over the lead. He's going to get those all-important 5 bonus points. So we're going to see what Amish Buggy Racing has in store for this 44 of the Little Vato here in this Charlotte 150 here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. We're going to see what kind of... They're going to be throwing in all the fuels. We'll get better. We cannot get a better view of this. We'll check it from the... we got right side tires going on. We could actually do this. Left side tires going on for that Thunderbird Dodge for Amish Buggy Racing. He is down and away. With a great pit stop, the 356 of Ice Cream Some Days comes out of the pits first. Second place is going to be that 8 of Moon Bunny right now. Checking in. Still got a green flag. No shenanigans so far here. So we're going to see if AJM can get out of the pits in first place. I doubt it. This was a great pit stop for that 356 of Ice Cream Some Days in G3 Motorsports. So there's AJM. She's going to go around him. We're going to wait to see what... everything. We're showing Queen of Hearts a lap down right now, so I'm not sure what happened with Queen, but she is being shown a lap down. We'll check in on her here, see if she's got any damage. She seems okay right now. So maybe just a weird pit stop for the 420 at Queen of Hearts. I believe our leader is going to be this 356, so let's go through your current top 10 after a fantastic pit stop. Your leader on the track is the 356 of Ice Cream Some Days. Second's going to be the 8 of Moon Bunny. Both drivers there for G3 Motorsports. Third will be the 44 Little Vato. Fourth will be the 61 of Chevy. Fifth will be the 660 of Garrett Miller. Sixth will be the 67 of the Mini Check. Seventh will be the 51 of AJM. Eighth right now will be the 122 of Adam Victor. Ninth will be the 25 of JTM. And rounding out your top 10 will be another Amish Buggy Racing car, the 34 Super Snake. So Amish Buggy Racing looks like they might have a good package here today at Charlotte. They got 3 drivers right now in the top 10, but that is not the story right now. Is this 3, 5, 6 of Ice Cream some days, and the 8 of Moon Bunny. Ice Cream moving up from the 5th position, and Moon Bunny moving up from the 9th position to now be running 1st and 2nd on the track. So again, 5 all-important 5 bonus points for the 3, 5, 6 of Ice Cream some days. G3 Motorsports currently runs tied for 4th in the team standing, so this would be a huge day for them. Technically, if they won this race and finished 2nd and MBR had a bad day, they could take over the team points lead. Possibly. That would be like 50, like 60 points that they might have at this point. So we're going to see if Ice Cream and Moon Bunny are going to battle it out here at the end of this race. We got 75 laps to go here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway for the Charlotte 150. So Ice Cream leads the way, Moon Bunny in 2nd. Let's check back here through the field, see what kind of action we got happening here. As you see, the 25 of JTM running the high line here over the 34 of Super Snake. Super Snake's going to try to jump down to the inside. JTM's going to slam the door. We saw, I think, the 122 of Adam Victor has fallen back now, which is going to put the 96 of Nico now into the top 10. As it looks like Super Snake might just have a better car here, as we see the 88 of NM working to the back bumper of his son and teammate, the 96 of Nico here. Outside run for the 25 of JTM, so JTM's car in that middle to high line, even, he's staying in front of him on the low line. Super Snake's going to get a good run off a turn, but JTM's car in that middle to high line just has some great bite off the turn, as we see. The 96 of Nico, he lost a little bit there through 1 and 2 as they head towards the backstretch. NM works to the high line here around his teammate, the 96 of Nico. E-Doggy's got some pressure right there from the 33 of Harvey Jones. Harvey was coming in like a wrecking ball there, as NM on the outside, he is going to take over that spot for the moment from his teammate, the 96 of Nico. I think that high line has now come into its own here at Charlotte. As you can see, the 88 of NM has a good run to the outside, as E-Doggy now trying to work to the outside of the 96 of Nico here. So the high line, I think, through 1 and 2 is better than the high line. Well, no, that bite off the turn of 4, running that high line is definitely going to be a lot better than what we're seeing on the low line, as Nick is now just battling right now with the 28 of E-Doggy. We'll jump back up here to the front of the field, as Ice Cream has extended her lead a little bit over the 8 of Moon Bunny, currently 0.387 seconds up over her teammate, the 8 of Moon Bunny. For G3 Motorsports, both of these drivers, let's check in on their car owner. We'll see where she is currently on the track. Oh, looks like the 999 of Deviant has fallen all the way back to 33rd position, so I'm not sure what happened with Deviant, as Queen is on the lead lap. She's just very, very far behind right now. So Deviant has fallen all the way back after those pit stops, back to 33rd position. We'll jump up through this field as we see there's the Pink Panther, the 95 of Zed Brunna. And the 77 of Zip and the 42 of Mel Say What have fallen all the way back to the back here, as we see Known Wrecker, the 23 of Fuller Than You, working to the outside with the 49 trying to work around that 42 of Mel Say What. Car owner to the little the mini checks right there, the 799 of Mike Check, working on the 47 of Dash. So Adam Victor he came out, he was top 10. He was like 5th after those pit stops. He has fallen all the way back now to 17th position, and he looks like he might lose some more here to the 00 Mudbone, who is right behind your leader's car owner, the 3 of Geek Girl Games. So G3 currently runs in the 16th position, right there behind the 300 of Resemble. So Super Snake still trying to work around that 25 of JTM. He is not... There's nothing doing on that one, as JTM just has a better run to the outside here. Looks like the 88 of NM trying to work to the top line on the 34 of Super Snake. Crossover move into the turn between the 88 and the 34. 88 to the bottom of the track. We're going to see if he can get a little bit of bite off the turn here. Down the front stretch. Working down into turn number 1 goes the 88 of NM. Super Snake goes high, and he's like, well, I've seen JTM do this for multiple laps. Let me see if I can do it now. So he's going to retain his spot over that 88 of NM as we work up here to the front of the field. 51 of AJM battling with the 660 of Garrett Miller. This is battle of the track for the 5th position right now. Mini Checks are in line to retain their lead if they can stay here. They were about 41. They were 41 points up over the 61 of Chevy. So right here, you know, if they can retain that position, they should be able to hold the points lead going into next week's race at Kansas. But we'll check in on your leader. The 356 of Ice Cream Someday, again, still 0.3 of a second up over her teammate, the 8 of Moon Bunny. So Ice Cream kind of has the race in hand right now, as crossing lap number 37, I would guess we're probably getting ready to get some pit stops going. So we were about lap 25. We're probably like 23 or 22. So we're saying between 44 and 50, I think you're going to start seeing pit stops here. So we got about 4 laps before I think people are going to start coming in. And then we'll see what kind of shakeup we get, because, you know, there could be anything happen on pit road here in the More Freedom Series. We've seen that multiple times where the leader comes in 3 seconds up, and next thing you know, they're in 4th position or last. So we'll check in back here. AJM keeps his spot over the 67 the Mini Checks. 25 of JTM now trying to push up and catch up to that 67 of the Mini Checks. He's currently about 2.2 seconds back right now, as we see the 88 of NM did get around the 96 of Nico. He comes down for the block. 28 of E-Doggy to the outside. Looks like we have pit stops happening here on the track. We'll catch up to the front of this field. So Moon Bunny's going to take over your lead here. Looks like Ice Cream in on lap number 39. She gives up the lead after leading 18 laps. Ties Lil Vato for the number of laps led. She's going to be into the pits. We're going to see what G3 Motorsports has in store. Looks like the 660 of Garrett Miller is going to take over the lead there. Going to get his 5 bonus points. So Moon Bunny working down this... She's going to get a little slow up there by the 33 of Harvey Jones, so that could be costly here in the race. She may not come out of the pits in first position. She's going to get right side tires. Well, the Victoria's Secret Chevy for G3 Motorsports. Looks like left side tires, full load of fuel for the 8 of Moon Bunny. And she is down and she is away. We're going to see where that puts her out on the track here. So Moon Bunny almost beats out the 356 of Ice Cream Some Days out of the pits. I think that little slowdown she had dealing with the 33 of Harvey Jones cost her just a little bit of time right there, as Super Snake again took over the lead of the race. So Ice Cream beats the 8 of Moon Bunny out. We're going to see if where the 34 of Super Snake comes out at, as I believe she's going to lap the 666 of Pistol Pete there. Showing a few people lap down. We'll see how things shake up in just a minute, as I don't think I've seen the 34 Super Snake yet, so maybe working on a gas mileage deal here for Super Snake. So he does end up leading one lap. So let's go through, let's go through your current top 10. Your leader again for G3 Motorsports and the Public Chevy is going to be the 356 of Ice Cream Some Days. Second's going to be the 8 of Moon Bunny. See Pistol Pete, he is a lap down. Third will be the 61 of Chevy. Fourth will be the 660 of Garrett Miller. Fifth will be the 67 of the Mini Checks. I believe we're going to get into the fifth position, correct? Sixth will be currently the 44, the Lil Vatos. Seventh will be the 96 of Nico. Eighth will be the 51 of AJM. Ninth will be the 88 of NM. And rounding out your top 10, I believe, will be the 33 of Harvey Jones. Looks like JTM has fallen back to 16th after those pit stops. Again, one lap down right now is the 666 of Pistol Pete. As we battle on the track here for, 6 through 10. Three of the MBR cars right here battling for the top 10 position. We're all in the top 10, but they're battling for a higher top 10 position. As we see the 51 and the 96, the brothers battling, and their dad is right there behind them in the 88 of NM. So we're going to see if NM can get around this 33 of Harvey Jones and try to pass his kids. The old man's going to try to outrace his boys here in a minute. Hasn't happened much, but we're going to see if he can do it here today at Charlotte. Currently, fastest lap of the day is going to be by the 00 of Mudbone, 195.581 miles per hour. Running lap 46 here. So taking over now. Ooh, look at this, folks. The 8 of Moon Bunny looking to try to steal the halfway bonus from the 356. So G3 Motorsports out here at the front of the field. They are battling with each other as we are closing in on halfway at about 3 laps to go. Ice Cream still leads the way. Moon Bunny is trying to get out to the front of this field. She has only led 1 lap here today, but Ice Cream, again, most laps led. She's got 23. We're going to see if she can make it around her teammate, the 356, and steal that 5 bonus points. So right now, Ice Cream in line for 10 bonus points as she has a great run down into turn 1. This is a great battle on the track for your top position between teammates. The 356 of Ice Cream Some Days and the 8 of Moon Bunny. Closing in on that halfway point here, and the Charlotte 150. We got 1 lap to go, probably. That might have been halfway, but we're going to see. I think we got 1 lap to go until halfway here, as Moon Bunny again is trying her darndest to steal that bonus points, but I think that's going to go to the 356 of Ice Cream Some Days. We're showing 50 of 100, so Ice Cream is going to get those all-important 5 bonus points for leading at halfway. If it wasn't confirmed before, it was confirmed now. So Ice Cream currently in line to get 15 bonus points here today. That will definitely help her season, as she currently runs 16th in the points, about 120, almost 120 back from your points leader. So this could be an excellent points day for the 356 and the 8, as Moon Bunny looks like she is going to lead that lap right there. So the 666 of Pistol Pete trying to, he's just hanging out right here. Like, Pete wants his lap back there in the 666. The Buffalo Trace Mountain Dew Dodge for the Premium Racing Group, as the 8 of Moon Bunny fully takes over the lead here from the 356 of Ice Cream Some Days. So not withstanding that pit stop, Moon Bunny has now pulled out to several car lengths here over the 356 of Ice Cream Some Days. Moon Bunny, again, fantastic races in her career. She has won several. I mean, she has several wins underneath her belt. I don't have career standings up right now, or I would be looking at them, but yeah, lots of wins for that 356 and the 8. So Moon Bunny now leads the way here at Charlotte. Checking in on the rest of this field. Kind of staying the same right now as the 51, the 12 of Xander, I believe, is a lap down here. We'll check in just a second. Let me check on him. So the 12 of Xander, no, Xander is running in 8th right now. So the 12 has moved himself up to the 8th position here, folks. So the 12 up to the 8th position. AJM into 7th. 8th and 9th being battled out right now between the 96 and the 44. So Resemble up to the 10th position now. So a great run right here at the end of the race by that 300 of Resemble. I will say, so checking in, Moon Bunny has 6 career wins and Ice Cream has 10. So it could be a great day for their career winnage. As Xander now trying to work down to the inside of the 51 of AJM. We're going to see, check back up here at the front of the field as Ice Cream is able to finally get back around the 666 of Pistol Pete. But we'll check back here as we see, I thought we were seeing pit stops there for a second. We are getting about lap 66. So we're like 3 to 5 laps away from additional pit stops. So it looks like they're going to get 2 more pit stops here today. Probably about lap 66 and about lap 88. Nice. Maybe lap 67. Maybe lap 69. We don't know yet. But we'll jump back here. So if you're doing some math at home, they're about 22 to 25 laps on a fuel run. I think Super Snake was an extra lap this last go-round. So, I mean, even with an extra lap, it's not really going to make much of a difference in how many pit stops they got to do. They would have to run like 5 or 10 extra laps per cycle, per stint. As we see Xander now taking over that position from the 51 of AJM, as we see the 300 of Resemble battling right here. And here comes the 00 of Mudbone. Mudbone, starting way back in 28th, has now worked himself up to the 11th position right now. As the 96 says, hey, I need to either get around this 44 or I need to start blocking the 00. As a battle on the track for, I believe, the 10th position, 9th position right now, as the 96 down to the bottom. We jump up here to the front of this field as we do have pit stops happening, folks. So Ice Cream was in, I think, this last go-around. Now we see the 8 of Moon Bunny coming in. This is lap number 60, so I think we are a little less on fuel. That was not quite the full fuel load that they went the last go-round, so I think they went 20. Yeah, it's definitely less fuel this go-around for the 8 of Moon Bunny and the 356. Not sure if this is a planned thing. We'll find out here at the end of the race, but they at least got to make it to lap 80. When they get their last stop, they'll get a full load of fuel and tires on their last stop, and hopefully that'll push them all the way to the end of this race. So Moon Bunny's down and away. She was your leader. She comes in having led 10 laps here today. Garrett Miller takes over the lead. So Moon Bunny is out of the pits as the 356 is basically pushing the 544. Frederick Winklebaum around the track. She works to the outside here. Looks like Frederick's coming in. So we'll follow along with this 8 of Moon Bunny as Adam Victor takes over the lead of this race, leads a lap here. So again, the 420 at Queen of Hearts not a lap down, very close to it, but she is not a lap down right now. We're going to see if any major changes happen in the top 10 here as we pace along with your lead, with potentially your leader, the 8 of Moon Bunny. So waiting for timing and scoring to update, see who comes out where. And once we get that timing and scoring updated, we will go through your current top 10. So it is now finally updated. Your leader is, again, the 8 of Moon Bunny. Second's going to be the 356 of Ice Cream Some Days. Third will be the 67 of the Mini Checks, so they move up another position there after the pit stops. Great job on pit road for the Drop Bear Racing team. Fourth, the battle right now for the fourth position is going to be between the 660 of Garrett Miller and fifth, the 61 of Chevy. Sixth will be the 12 of Xander. Seventh will be the 88 of NM. Eighth will be the 300 of Resemble. And ninth will be the 00 Mudbone. Falling out of the top 10 will be the 51 and the 96. They've fallen back to 12th and 13th. We see now the 11 of TC Roberts has now worked himself up to the 11th position after starting 27th here today. So lots of movement here as a result of these pit stops. We're going to see if NBR can get their act together for the 51 and the 96 and get them in and out of those pits. As we work to the back of the field here, and we see 3 wide right now between the 23, the 33, and the 34. Precarious situation right there between the 33, the 23, and the 34, because we all know. So King of the Aces has now worked, and G3 have now worked themselves up to 15th and 16th respectively. G3 again starting 35th. King starting 36th here today, so they have climbed out of the cellar and worked themselves up into a top 15 position right now. Well, 15th and 16th. Looking for more, but Harvey's saying, no. I need to get back up to the top 10 here. We'll jump up here to the front of this field as we see the 88 now almost caught up to this 12 of Xander. Moon Bunny still leads away, 0.8 of a second up over her teammate, the 356 of Ice Cream Some Days, as we work lap number 69 here in the More Freedom Series. This Charlotte 150, as we see them putting the 999 Deviant an additional, or actually putting him a lap down. So Deviant, rough day here on the track. Started second, now running way back in the 35th position. So not sure what happened with Deviant on pit road and out on the track. It doesn't look like his car is in terrible condition, but maybe they got, like something wrong with the motor. Maybe they got a rusty spark tube, something going on there for the 999. Working to try to put the 420 at Queen of Hearts a lap down will be the 8 of Moon Bunny. As we see currently, the only 2 people lap down right now are the 999 and the 666. So Deviant is going to try to get a fantastic pit stop coming up here in about 9 laps. So I think once they get past this 9 laps here on lap number 80, we should be able to see them make it to the distance. So when they hit 20 laps to go, I think you're going to start seeing lots of drivers come in potentially, and I mean that's going to put them right down to the very end of this race as far as fuel numbers go, like we saw last week with G3. So I mean, I'm saying G3 Motorsports in line to win another race, which is actually pretty fantastic when you think about G3 Motorsports, oddly enough, a 3-car team, and putting out a great performance like they have so far this season. They got 2 drivers right now in the top 10, and their car owner running 15th right now. So Moon Bunny's actually closing in on the top laps led here. She currently is 20. She's 6 laps down from leading the most laps here today at Charlotte. So she is potentially looking at 10 bonus points, as Ice Cream is saying, hey, you know what? I think I might try to push the 999 here to the front of this field. Maybe get out there. Maybe lead those laps. Maybe get this W. We'll jump back as Ice Cream works on the 999F Deviant here. Look at that beautiful look at good look at the beautiful orange and black Dodge Challenger pace car, as we see the mini checks now in a battle with the 660 of Garrett Miller and the 61 of Chevy. So Garrett, UPS Dude White's Dodge for the Amish Buggy Racing Team. He is really trying to work around the 67 of the mini checks here. Maybe put some pressure on them. They could be, listen, rookie mistakes could happen. But they're going to be fighting tooth and nail. They're going to be throwing, you know, like Australian stuff, spiders out of their car window at him. As he, almost a touch right there between the 67 and the 660. That would have been a bad deal for the 61 of Chevy as they work down the front stretch. Chevy trying to make it 3 wide, I think, with the 67 and the 660. So the mini checks running that high line right there through the turn, getting a good boost off the turn. They're going to get some draft help by the 61 down the back stretch here. So the mini checks able to retain their position, and in the 3rd spot right now. We'll check in on your leaders. As Ice Cream still trying her darndest to get around that 999 of Deviant, and Deviant saying, hey, if I can stay right here between Moon Bunny and Ice Cream, then possibly if there's some shenanigans that happen, maybe I get my lap back. You know, getting your lap back, you never know what could happen. You never know what could happen right there at the end of the race. But Ice Cream trying to working down to the inside here. She'd be throwing chicken tendies out the window in a second at him. As Moon Bunny's going to try to put herself, the 420 between herself and Ice Cream in just a moment. So Moon Bunny had, I believe with that lap led, she has tied the 356 of Ice Cream some days for the most laps led. And I believe right now, as we see, the 47 of Dash has blown up on the track, folks. So up in smoke. Second DNF of the year is going to be the 47 of Dash. We're going to see if we get a caution flag here. No caution comes out. We do have pit stops happening right now, folks, as we see your leader, the 8 of Moon Bunny, is into the pits. She's following that 420 of Queen of Hearts. The 88 of NM is down and away. This is their final, hopefully their final pit stop of the day. We're going to see what... They've got to get all the fuel they can in here as we got 20 laps to go. Ice Cream's going to take over that... No, Garrett took over the lead there. So right side tires going on the 8 of Moon Bunny. All the fuel they can put into that Victoria's Secret Chevy is going in there. Left side tire is going on. She is down. Oh, she does slight hesitation right there at the end, but she is down and away. They were jamming as much fuel as they could into that car before she left the pits. Zed Brunner going to take over the lead of this race here, folks. So the Pink Panther comes in, takes over, or stays out, takes over the lead. Here comes that 356 of Ice Cream some days. Looks like Ice Cream may take over the lead here. This could be a huge shift as Ice Cream possibly out to the lead of this race over her teammate, the 8 of Moon Bunny. So with 18 laps to go, fastest lap on the day now by the 44 Little Vato at 195.68 miles per hour. Looks like Dash went out. They are reporting an engine valve on that 47 of Dash for DM Motorworks. So Dash, unfortunately, goes out again this week. Second DNF of the year. He is really trying his hardest to break the record this season of the most DNFs in a year, in a one season. So unfortunate break for Dash there. That is going to, pun intended, dash his hopes in the points early going. He's going to finish last here today. Your leader still that 356 of Ice Cream some days. We'll see if the 8 of Moon Bunny can make any run to that back bumper. We'll check in. Let's go through your current top 10. Your leader is the 356 of Ice Cream some days. Second's going to be the 8 of Moon Bunny. Third will be the 660 of Garrett Miller. Fourth in a battle right now will be the 61 of Chevy, and the 67, and for fifth, 67 of the Mini Checks. Sixth will be the 88 of NM. Seventh will be the 12 of Xander. Eighth will be the 00 Mudbone. Ninth will be the 25 of JTM now. And rounding out your top 10 right now, battling will be the 300 of Resemble. So Rise now worked himself up into the top 10, pushing that 11 of TC Roberts back to 11th. He's got some contention by the 96 of Nico as they work the front stretch here. Nick's going to try to get into the top 10. He definitely needs those points. Currently running 18th in the points this season. I believe he had an incident early, maybe last race. So we'll jump back up here. See how Ice Cream is doing. She currently leads by 1.2 seconds over her teammates, the 8 of Moon Bunny, and she's just going to have this little bit of draft right now by that 420 of Queen of Hearts, so I think it's probably going to be enough. We'll check in and we'll see, what lap times look like. Once we cross the stripe here, we'll see what the lap times and the speeds look like for the 356 and the 8. Moon Bunny did cut down by about a 10th on the last lap. Not much of a difference right there. Moon Bunny with a 27.941 and Ice Cream with a 27.966 here. So not much of a difference. Little bit of a change, but not too much change there. So Moon Bunny is just going to have to hammer down here if she's going to catch up to the 356 of Ice Cream some days. Ice Cream, just again, amazing run here today by her. She is looking for career win number 11. So looking for career win number 11 is the 356 of Ice Cream some days. That'll jump her up in, I believe, in the career standings over King of the Aces into the second position. We'll see what that looks like. But yeah, she's still your leader. We'll jump back through this field, see what is happening as the 88 of Van M is trying to get around the 666 of Pistol Pete. Maybe make a run to the 67 of the Mini Checks here in the waning laps. As we see the 300 of Resemble and the 96 of Nico working right now around the 25 of JTM. This is a battle on the track for the 10th position right now between the 96 and the 25. JTM out of the race last week after that incident started by, I believe, the 23 of Fullerthanu. He had, I think, some comments about that in the post-race. So, better result as of right now for that 25 of JTM. We'll see if he can catch up to his teammate, the 96 of Nico here. Nick's going to try to maybe make a run to the 300 of Resemble. So watch the 95 of Zed Brunna working here, and we see the 13 of King of the Aces trying to work on the 51 of AJM. battle on the track for the 14th position right now, as G3 now trying to get around the 13 of King of the Aces. Maybe get some, Kings might get some help here by E-Doggy. E-Doggy kind of playing the middle. King able to stay out front of the 3 so far. So we'll move back up here to the front of this field with your leader, the 356 of Ice Cream Some Days. Laps are winded down here. Fastest lap of the day now by the 29 of Wishbone Attack at 195.730. So awesome lap right here at the end of the race by the 29 of Wishbone Attack. He currently runs back in the 18th position. So basically halfway, mid-pack, literally. But again, your leader, the 356 of Ice Cream Some Days, she is up 0.89 right now over the 8 of Moon Bunny. So Moon Bunny has been able to knock off about 0.3 of a second in the last few laps, but with 5 laps to go here at Charlotte in this Charlotte 150, I don't think she has enough time left to catch up and then pass the 356 of Ice Cream Some Days. So Ice Cream right now in the proverbial catbird seat here at Charlotte, as she is working on career win between the IROC Series and the More Freedom Series. Career win number 11 for her. Moonbuddy would like to get up there and challenge for career win number 7, but again, I just don't see that she has enough time unless something catastrophic happens with the 356 in these last few laps, like the last 4 laps here. As we do see, they've finally around the 666 of Pistol Pete. So NM finally gets around the 666 of Pistol Pete as he was off the gas there. I thought maybe we had a caution flag. I'm not sure. He must have lost grip off the turn, and he was almost around Pete here, but not able to make that pass. I thought he was going to be able to get up there, make a play for the 5th position, but it doesn't look like it right now. So now down to just under 0.8 of a second between the 356 of Ice Cream Some Days and the 8 of Moon Bunny. Again, laps winding down here. Just a couple laps to go here at Charlotte. Off of turn number 4, they're coming around turn number 4. This is going to be the white flag here for the 356 of Ice Cream Some Days. Moon Bunny with a late race run to the back bumper here of the 356. She's saving it all for this lap. I don't know if she's got enough to hang it out there and make the pass on the 356, but we're going to see what they do down the backstretch. Coming down the backstretch, your leader still the 356 of Ice Cream Some Days. Looks like the 8 of Moon Bunny. Looks like she's thought about jumping to the inside. She's not going to. This might be Ice Cream's win here. We're going to see what they do off of turn number 4. Coming down to the front stretch. Moon Bunny's going to stay right there behind her teammate. Your winner today here at Charlotte for the Charlotte 150 will be the 356 of Ice Cream Some Days. You see the wave right there by the 8 of Moon Bunny congratulating her teammate. So awesome job by G3 Motorsports right here, putting 2 cars 1-2 at Charlotte. Let's go through your finishing top 10. Again, your winner is the 356 of Ice Cream Some Days. Second's going to be the 8 of Moon Bunny. Third will be the 660 of Garrett Miller. Fourth will be the 61 of Chevy. Fifth will be the 67 of the Mini Checks. Moving up to 6th will be the 12 of Xander. 7th will be the 88 of NM. 8th will be the 300 of Resemble. 9th will be the 96 of Nico. And rounding out your top 10 will be the 00 of Mudbone. Let's look at your finishing order here for this Charlotte. Oh, look, there their car owner goes and takes a victory lap for G3 Motorsports. Next week, I mean, awesome race right here at the end. One more lap and it could have been even better. Next week we head to Kansas Early season Kansas race. We're going to Kansas for the Kansas 100, so I am looking forward to that. Should be a fantastic race next week in Kansas. Excuse me. Let's check in on your current points. See who is leading the way. See where Ice Cream has moved up to after that win. You'll see those here on the screen. Let's also check in on those team and chassis standings. Again, great day for G3 Motorsports. And Chevy's getting some good points here today. So you're seeing the team and chassis standings on the screen. Well, fantastic job by, again, I can't say it enough, fantastic job. 2 weeks in a row by G3 Motorsports. They put the 356 of Ice Cream Some Days out front. She gets the win here today. Her teammate, the Ada Boom Bunny, finishes second, but she's your winner. Congratulations to the 356 of Ice Cream Some Days. And we'll see if G3 Motorsports can go for 3 in a row next week when we head to Kansas for the Kansas 100. And until then, take care.